Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the OKTAGON 48 post-fight press conference. So, early this year, we announced we were going to come to the UK for the first time. Since then, we've signed a broadcast deal with one of the biggest broadcasters in the UK. We've signed some amazing media partnerships as well, and it was great to put on a great show. The crowd were amazing, the atmosphere was brilliant, and it's great to finally be here in the UK. So, for this first press conference this evening, I'm joined by Zdeněk Polivka, Jon Serdu, Mark Ducis, Scott Askham, Akon Wanless, and Common Day. If you've got a question, please raise your hand and somebody will come and bring a microphone to you. Simon, fighters only.
Scott Askham, first off, it's been a little while since we've seen you in action, certainly in the UK. How did it feel to be walking back out there in front of your home fans and to get a win as well?
Yeah, obviously both amazing to get a win and to walk out in front of their own fans. Yeah, it's honestly, if everybody knew what I've been through, like with injuries and stuff, like it's been a long, long road, man. Like there were points where I've cried, points where I thought I'd never fight again. Like just last year, I had surgery. I fought less than 12 months after surgery, maybe a little too soon, but I rolled the dice and it didn't come off. I still don't feel like I'm back to my old self yet. But like I say, it's been a long time out. Keep improving, and this is another reason why I took this fight. I know it was a little bit short notice, but I wanted to get another one in before the end of the year. I wanted to be busy. I want to be active, and like I say, I know how the training's going, so I know I can get back to that. So I just need to transfer that over into fights. Maybe it is a little bit of ring rust, or maybe it's just getting back in there and working it out. I don't know, but just keep improving. Obviously, the win's great to have as well. So just keep getting better.
And what's the situation in terms of your contract status and where you're looking to fight from this point on?
I'm looking just to fight as much as possible. That's a manager's question. I'll stay out of that negotiation stuff. But yeah, I want to stay active. I want to stay busy, and it was a pleasure to be here in OKTAGON.
Brilliant. And one for Akon. The Joker. Obviously, you had a big night planned. You know, you were looking to make a real statement, and unfortunately, your opponent jumped at the same time as you jumped, and we ended up with a no contest. How frustrating is that? 25 seconds after a long training camp, and what's your overriding emotions as you're sitting there right now?
Damn, that was 25 seconds into the fight.
Yeah.
Jesus, that would have been what? Well, actually, I was going to say one of my quickest knockouts. I think I've got 7 seconds somewhere. Someone reminds me. But yeah, it was super frustrating. I didn't even bring my Jaffa cakes into the cage because was so gutted, and he zigged when I zagged, you could say, and he jumped, and he got scared of the first knee, but I very deceptively threw the second knee, which was going to hit him straight in the sternum, and then what I believe the fight had been done from there with a barrage of lightsabers to the chin. But he found a way out, you know, and he's done it before in past fights where he's got clipped in the nose. You know, it's actually last fight, yeah. He got clipped in the nose, could have maybe continued and decided to take the way out of the referee out. So I'd like to see that box. I need to see that box, see if it's intact. If it is broken, then fair play. But if it's not, then the question has to go to, where's his balls?
I could answer that, I won't. What do you want next, Akon? I mean, obviously, not having had that much cage time tonight, how quickly do you want to get back in there? It looks like there's going to be a big year for OKTAGON in 2024. How big of a part do you want to play in that?
I want to play a massive part. It's going to be a big part for the Jedi. Not obviously the Joker today, because the reason why I'm dressed up as the Joker is because I sacrificed whole Halloween. I love Halloween. I love decorating my whole house. I love transforming myself into different characters. And I didn't get to do this because I've been sacrificing my time and efforts into taking out Bannock and putting a lightsaber through his chin. Not his balls. Unfortunately, it happened today through his balls. But yeah. So how I want to go back in is straight away. The next fight is, what, you got December or something like that. I was searching for Shiroki because me and him had a little bit of beef online. So I was thinking, yeah, Shiroki, let's fight. And he actually did accept the fight, but he said he wanted to fight Ostrava. So I'm like, okay, cool. You go ahead. I'll do Manchester. You do that, and we'll meet each other down the line. So if one of them two drop out in December, I'll be ready. You know what I mean? So if that answers your question, as soon as motherfucking possible. Sorry for swearing.
Thanks very much.
Akon, fantastic attire. It's great to see you in the Joker outfit.
Thank
Obviously, you're a man who goes by the nickname the Jedi, so we're expecting some Star Wars outfits tonight. What made you pick the Joker?
Well, I actually had a Star Wars outfit planned for you guys, and I don't know what happened. I just got rushed. Like, I literally call it, I don't know, just take your clothes off, take them off. I've been asked that a few times before, you know, in the stripping world, but not preparing for a fight, about to go out and face a man that's preparing to kill you, and someone shout, take your clothes off. And I'm like, oh, okay, where's the money? Where's the money? So I had to get pretty much naked before stepping into the cage, which is all my Jedi clothes gone. I had the big surprise of Kylo Ren. I had his lightsaber, I had his mask, I had even the tune and the music. It was all set out for you, bro. I had something special for you, but I couldn't perform it tonight, so I'm gutted. I don't know if that's the venue's fault or whoever's fault, but next time you need to make sure that the Jedi can do his walk out, because it's special. And it's longer than the fight most times.
Well, hopefully we'll see that in the future. Obviously, tonight ended a lot quicker than we thought it would. So are you going to take some time off, have some celebratory Jaffa cakes? Are you getting right back into camp for another big fight?
I'm going to have the weekend to eat as many Jaffa cakes as possible as I can. I'm going to make love to my missus, and then I'm going to get right back into camp. Oh, sorry, Mummy. My mum's in the... I get right back into camp, and... Yeah, sorry, Mum, I love you. My mum's here, everybody, by the way, the Queen. And yeah, I'm going to get right back into camp. And if Bannock fixes by then, I'd love a rematch. But if not, like I said, I've laid out who I want to fight. I've got these wanted posters. If you guys want to check out my wanted posters, head down to my YouTube. I've got a great little storyline. You can follow it along. You can see who I want to fight next. And you can see the progression of the Jedi. So let's go.
Absolutely, and obviously we've seen later in the year, we're getting a Birmingham card. Obviously, you being from that neck of the woods, I imagine you want to be on that. You're very close now to a title shot, looking at where you are in the rankings. One big win away, you could get it. Do you want a title shot on that Birmingham card?
Oh, the future is bright, you know. So of course, if things go my way and if I get another no contest, you know, I need to progress my career, and I'm not really trying to rush, you know what I mean? I really want to get there and take everybody out on the way. You know, that's why I've created these bounty posters and these wanted posters, because I want to take everybody out one by one. But going to Birmingham is going to be very special. And if that means a title shot, then we'll sit back or talk with the team. And if the stars align on that night, let's go.
Fantastic stuff. I've got a question for Jon. Obviously, a great performance for you tonight, knocking out Alex Lahore. We know how much he means to the British fans, but you came over into enemy territory, landed a crushing knockout. Amongst your fantastic career achievements, where does this rank?
Okay, hello. Hi to guys. Yeah, he's one of the most experienced guy in my career, I think so. He's one of the biggest scalp in my career, so I come here just like to take over. For sure, UK, it will be my second home, because how I said before, here is a lot of my public, so I come here, I do my job, and go forward.
Fantastic. Last one for me, for Scott. Obviously, you've done amazing things on the international circuit, fighting in the UFC, winning a KSW championship, but you were in England tonight, fighting for Octagon, and you had a army who were shouting loud from the rooftops. What was it like to hear from them? Do you have any words for them?
Yeah, obviously to be back here in the UK with the crowd is amazing. I've got a good following fan base and a good, even better fan base at home. So yeah, to hear him in my home stadium, it's amazing. Yeah.
Fantastic. Is there anybody who'd like to go next?
Yeah, Lewis, go for it, mate.
Thank you. Question for Jon. Congratulations on a really impressive performance. I'm not sure if you had a chance to get on Twitter yet, but Amaran Gogaladze has called you out and said he'd like to fight you, so just wanted to get your thoughts on that and if that's a fight you would like to take next.
Thank you. First of all, no, I didn't see nothing. I didn't saw Twitter. I just talking with my parents and such of that, you know. I don't know how promotion decides. We will go forward. So how I think so. He now is on 16 ranking. Yeah. I'm just looking forward for title shot or something like that. If not, I'm interested in rematch with Velichkovic, because it's
I wanted that rematch. He knows that he was it was a mistake, that fight, first fight with him. So for sure, public want see that match. So I hope so. Matchmaker and Andrei Novotny give me that fight. I don't know. I don't think so. It's a good fight now for me with Gogoladze, because he is down in ranking. So I'm looking for up in ranking, and I'm looking for title shot. So I think so. He have to stay in to wait.
Thank you. And just one question for Mark. Very impressive performance. You went the distance with a very tough and experienced opponent. Just wanted to get your thoughts on how the fight went and what you can take away from it and what you learned from taking on a veteran like Scott.
I'm thinking I learned a lot from it. I took the fight in 3 weeks' notice, but I didn't think about it 3 seconds, because it's a legend. I watched his career for a long time. I think when I started MMA, he was fighting top 10 guys in the UFC. So it was an honor for me to fight him in front of the UK crowd. And yeah, I couldn't follow the game plan. I want to start the brawl. He used his experience. Very good. Yeah, it hurts a little bit. Not my body. It's like I'm tricking. I have nothing. But on the heart a little bit, because I'm training every day. I want to fight the best guys on the big stage. I took the chance. It didn't work out, but we will keep going. Yeah.
And just a quick one for Akon. So Taylor from Combat Sports UK. Good to see you, Akon.
Good to see you too.
I noticed as you were walking out, there was a bit more of a change in demeanour. So I want to ask you, why so serious this evening?
Why so serious? Oh man, well, why so serious is because they took all my clothes from me, I think I said that before. They probably wanted me to walk out like the Joker today. They were like, what are you doing? It's Halloween. Where's your outfit? But yeah, underneath the mask, underneath the hood, that's pretty much how I am. I'm very serious. I didn't really get to do all the antics and the little show that I like to put on for you guys. It's not really for me. I could just walk into the cage and do what I do every single day, get business. So I really do like to put on a show for the fans. So it was a shame that I didn't get to bring out my lightsaber today and put on the walkout show that I really wanted to do, because it's a good 3-minute walkout. It's a quite long one. So I was probably sitting backstage in the prep area for about 15 minutes, completely naked, well, in my boxer shorts and my box that Bannock forgot. And yeah, so I got a bit cold and just was like, get me in the cage, I need to fight. So that's probably why I looked serious. Why so serious?
Any other questions? Yeah.
Fellow Jedi George Staines won his fight earlier in the evening. How was it working with him on the challenge series in the Octagon Challenge?
Man, I just want to say a big round of applause to George Staines, and I am so proud of that guy. As a fellow young Jedi, he has a big, bright future ahead of him. And man's only 23 years old, and I remember I got into MMA at the age of 23, and he's already here at this stage, becoming the Octagon Challenge champion, and to finally shut Dennis Frimpong up. It's actually crazy that the guy actually wants to fight me, but it's funny. But a great, spectacular performance from George. I didn't get to watch all of it because obviously I was prepping for my fight. But like I say, I'm really looking forward to watching the future of this boy and seeing what he can become. So the future's bright, and the force is strong with George Staines.
And one more, Hassan Galazi earlier made it 1-0 for the English versus the Irish on the card. Then George, the second one. How did it work? How was it working with Hassan as well throughout the series?
Man, I don't know what the Irish were smoking, but like even Aaron wanted to fight me too. It's pretty crazy. It's crazy. All these boys want to fight me. It's a Jedi versus Island now. Like, what's going on? But I'm glad. Dennis. Hassan's another boy I'm very proud of. He came out there showed a good intelligence intelligence in the fight. He's very patient. You know, he chopped them legs up. You know, the GB top team special, chopping calf kicks. I felt a few when Brad was like, yeah, let me show you this calf kick. Even though he's this tall, so he's able to calf kick me very easily. And I can't hit him in the head. But yeah, so I'm happy for both of their performances. And on the show, it was great to be with them boys. You know, going back to George, you know, me and him share the both same Lego and Star Wars passion. But I've seen his collection's a bit bigger than mine, so I need to upgrade. I need to win a bonus, so I need my opponent to stay there so I can win a bonus and buy some Lego and quite possibly get a big collection like Brad Pickett. So yeah, but it's great to be with all them boys and happy to see their success.
One quickly for Scott. It looks like you were almost out on your feet necessarily, and then you threw the big knee. Where did that quite come from?
Yeah, another interviewer said that backstage. I'll have to watch it back. I can't remember being rocked at any time, but maybe I was. I'll have to watch it back. But yeah, like I said, that's all I can say on that really, because I can't remember it.
Perfect, thank you.
On the punch.
Like I said, I remember the flying knee that dropped you. I remember that one.
Anybody else? Great. Go on. Yeah, we'll do one more. Yeah, great.
Just a quick question for us, Zdeněk. Zdeněk, you had 2 losses in a row. Now the challenge, Lee Chadwick, here in Manchester, you really needed one. You made it really clearly, so how did you feel today?
Tak cítím se dobře, vítězství tam je. Sice jsem si představoval ukončení v prvním kole, ale Chadwick byl tvrdý chlap, zápasník a určitě nechtěl prohrát takhle a chtěl dokončit boj se ctí, takže, ale cítím se skvěle. Vítězství proti zkušenému soupeři se vždycky potěší.
I feel really good about my victory today. I'm really glad that I managed to secure a win, and I expected a first round submission, but my opponent was actually very, very tough, and he did not want to lose that quickly. So I'm very happy that I won against such an experienced opponent.
You told me after your fight that you are planning to go for a beer with your team. So what are your plannings right now? Do you know where you're going to stay this night and how big will be the celebration?
No, tak já půjdu na pivo znova, to mám v plánu. A oslava, přijedu domů a dolečím loket a zase se dám do tréninku, protože bych chtěl v Ostravě zápasit ještě. A takže oslava jenom tak rychlá, budu s rodinou a pojedeme dál.
Of course, I'm going to have one more beer, but then my priority is healing my elbow because I really want to get back into training quite quickly, and I want to fight in Ostrava. This is why I will celebrate just quickly and then go back into training and be with my family.
That's great. So we're here. Octagon MMA are in the UK. Andre and Pavel coming up next.
Octagon comes to Cologne for the first time. We are making history with the biggest tournament in the history of German MMA. You can look forward to seeing the biggest stars of German MMA. The up-and-coming generation and the hottest new talents. Suspense, adrenaline, the glory of victory and the pain of defeat. An electric atmosphere and the most entertaining sports show there is. A unique experience full of surprises that only Octagon MMA can bring you. The 18th of November, Cologne, Lanxess Arena. Tickets on sale right now at eventim.de.
Welcome everyone on the post-fight press conference after tournament Octagon 48 in Manchester. Right here next to us are sitting big heroes of this evening and this night. But I want to say that there is also an invisible army of another heroes from the Octagon team, people who was working crazy hard on this event to happen, and that they leave everything for this show, to make it big, to entertain you, to bring you here and prepare the best platform for these fighters to perform here tonight. And it's a big thanks from our side to them. Really, like, it was a hell of a journey to make it happen, and we are just starting, and we are very proud on our team in Octagon. And same as for big thanks belong to all partners and media that you was with us on this journey to show people what we are bringing here, and I believe it was worth of it. Today it was a great crowd. What we get, I mean, all of us who was working on this tournament, it was an amazing atmosphere and love and support from the crowd, not just us, but of course, first of all, these heroes of this night, I mean the fighters. So big thanks to all of you who was a part of it. We feel very welcome on English soil, and we can promise you that we'll bring more shows, even better and better every time. So thanks a lot, and yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Aaron. To you first.
Can I just say one sentence? Sorry. Tip Sport performance of the night, €5,000 is going to Jon Surdu. Congratulations. It's a Christmas present. Ask Alex. But any question for Jon? Because he was already here, but because of the
congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah, you can go, but just they always ask the winner, what will you do with those extra 5,000? So tell us.
First of all, I'm so happy to take this first bonus in Octagon, and for sure is not will be the last one. I promise that. I don't know what I will do. You know, I expected that I will win the bonus, but I will keep that maybe for some present for my family, for all the guys in gym. So we just enjoy it.
Okay, enjoy.
Peaky fucking blinders.
Thank you. Thank you. First question, sorry.
Aaron, obviously not the result you wanted. Can I get your thoughts on how the fight was going before the doctor stopped the fight?
I thought the fight was going well. Other than that cut, you know, I felt comfortable in there. I was really enjoying it. I felt like I was controlling the distance of the fight as well. You know, I'm gutted. I'm heartbroken. But as for how the fight was going, I think I was up on all three judges' scorecards for both rounds. And we've just been saying in the back now, and obviously I was talking in the build-up to this being my Rocky, and Rocky didn't win the first one. It went to Rocky 2, and I would love that chance again.
Great, thank you. Paul, over to you. So, a big experience for both you and Jake. What are the main takeaways from this? What have you brought? What have you learned from this MMA experience as a whole?
I've learned it's hard. Firstly, I just want to say, I mean, I know people were booing him and stuff, but I just want to give massive respect to Jake. I know, because I don't think he got the applause he deserved. He went out there, he caught me with some good shots, and I felt like I was happy I managed to I caught him with a couple of bits, but mate, that right hand is fucking phenomenal, and yeah, absolutely fair win. He was the better man on the night, and we've both been through the same thing this year. We've got the same commitments. We've been touring, we've got family. He's a fucking great guy, man, and I'm happy for him that he won this, and I'm happy to have shared this experience with him. It's going to be weird tomorrow because I've never met him before, and I've been trying not to follow him on Instagram and stuff because look at the fucking shape on the man, and every time I see him, I'm like, I was trying not to convince myself he was 25 foot tall and fucking 65 stone of muscle, so try not to look at him too much, but I know he's a sweet guy, and it's going to be weird not going to bed thinking about him. The weird. Weird.
Hey, you might still happen tonight.
I might just carry this tradition on. Have a little think about him tonight. But yeah, no, it's been an amazing experience, and the best thing I can take away is the family I've got at Blackledge and the things I've learned. I am so much better than I was a year ago because of this experience, and like, regardless of the outcome, I am so much better than I was a year ago because of this experience, physically, mentally. So I've got to thank everyone involved. Everyone has helped me along the way. Everyone at Octagon, Andre and Pavel and Brian, who talked me into doing this when I was pissed in Burnell one night. Everyone, I just got to say thank you. It's been that walkout tonight was. I play arenas. I do things like that, and that's my life. But that was special tonight, and it really meant a lot that people showed up and showed some support for me, and it was great. And yeah, I just want to again say congratulations to Jake, and I think he does deserve a belt for what he's done tonight and for everything that he's done over the last year, because he put a phenomenal performance on there. And also I think he's definitely not a welterweight, he's like light heavyweight or something.
That weight cut killed me, bro.
Well done on him for that, because I don't know how the fuck he made weight. The abs on him, he's got 76 abs. I've never seen anything like it in my life. It's been incredible.
Paul, just following up, did anything surprise you about actually stepping into the octagon compared to training?
No, do you know what? It was a weird. I found a few weeks ago I did my coach, because he's great and he knows how these things work. He put me into jiu-jitsu competition, and obviously it was a lot smaller than this, but I was very nervous about it. And I went in and I was so terrified. Got leading up. I was terrified the night before. I didn't really sleep. And I got in there, and about 10 minutes before, I just went into gig mode. And I feel like Jake's probably the same as this. A lot more than even these guys who are fighting. We put ourselves into fight or flight 7 times a week. Do you know what I mean? We do this all the time, and we have to hold ourselves there. Dealing with the nerves is not really a problem for me. Like, I wasn't nervous going in. I wasn't nervous doing all that. Like, I can manage nerves to keep it to a level. There's a fine line between nerves and excitement, and I can manage it to where I can put myself in that state quite well. I've done this time and time again over years, so that wasn't really an issue for me.
And then finally from me, Paul, you donate all of tonight's purse to Weapons Down, Gloves Up. Yeah. Can you just say a few words about that charity, please?
Yeah, so I've donated all. This whole thing's been for a charity called Weapons Down, Gloves Up, and it's fundamentally to help kids who are getting tied up in gun and knife crime into, first and foremost, into gyms, boxing gyms, MMA gyms, to get them into that kind of community, into that routine. But then beyond that, they help kids get into gainful employment. They do employment programs to help their confidence programs. There's loads of stuff around that as well. So it's a massively important thing. I think the biggest thing I've found from this, and travelling around the country as me and Jake both have, I know we've even been into the same gyms a couple of times. A lot of gyms around the country have welcomed me in with open arms this year, and you walk into these places. Again, I've had the same thing with you go into a new gym and it's going to be a sparring day or a wrestling day, and you think, oh, fucking hell, people are going to take my head off today. But they're so welcoming. They're so welcoming of you. If you go into these places and you show a bit of heart, they'll all welcome you with open arms. And I think they're all families, they're all communities. I've said this time and time again. We all need to be getting behind these places, all up and down the country, everywhere you are. If you're local, support your local gym, support your local boxing gym, support your local MMA gym. Get behind them, get your kids down there, get everyone down there. It'll just help everyone. It'll help everyone.
First question for me is to the main guys. You spoke about Assassin's Army coming Manchester Arena yesterday. Spoke about Shoaib Youssef and the crowd that he brings. What did you guys think of that, first of all, first-hand experience of the Assassin's Army?
Oh, yeah, we were like curious, like how it will be, because many people told us, like, okay, you will see what will happen when he will be fighting. There will be a lot of super nice people, super supportive and cheering for him, and I would say it was amazing. Like I didn't expect that it would be that many people and that loyal and pushing him forward. So yeah, it's crazy. I cannot wait for his next fight, and we'll see what happens.
So we know obviously you got Newcastle and London. Is there any chance he's going to be on that?
Yeah, I think it's up to him, but he's healthy, no? I think so. Yeah, so I think it's done.
Shoaib, my question to you is, I know you like a cheat meal after your fight. Where are you going after here?
I don't know, but I'm hungry, so yeah. I think a nice burger spot. You tell me.
I'm going back to Leeds, so nowhere around
I
here.
think I'm going to stay in Manchester and get one.
I was sat with yourself, the champ. Congratulations, first of all. And first of all, I must say, Aaron, you are a champ in my eyes. Come through all that, and you know you're a champ, and all the hats off to you. But champ, we had breakfast this morning. We spoke about the nerves, about filling big boots, your cousins, your first time in the UK. How are you feeling? Congratulations, first of all, and yeah, tell us how you're feeling.
Feeling great. Really relieved. It was a tough trip, 22 hours to get here for me with all my layovers and everything, and so it was the time change and toughest weight cut that I've had. I've never cut weight really for a fight, and this is the biggest one that I had, so it was just a whole mess of new things that were really playing with me and getting to me. And you know, I knew this guy was going to be tough coming into this fight. I mean, dude beat freaking cancer, man. I mean, the whole story behind him is just, like I said, it inspired me throughout camp too. So it's like hard not to buy into his story, you know. And I respect him with, you know, up the most respect I have. You know, the fight was, like he said, he was doing good in the fight. I'm not going to deny that. You know, there's no denying that. I mean, everyone saw it, but it's just like, I mean, he talks about Rocky. It's like Rocky gets his ass kicked for 10 rounds straight till he knocks him out in the last. It's like he was winning the fight till he wasn't. You know, and I landed the shot, regardless if it's doctor stoppage or not. I still threw the shot, and I mean, you look at my last fight, I cut the guy the same exact way. So I definitely think that it was a good outcome. You know, like I said, respect. I'm not saying that like in a disrespectful way to him or being cocky or anything like that, because like I said, I have nothing but respect for Aaron, dude. You know, he's a champ, man. You know, and I'm so happy to have an opponent like that, because it's like I was telling other people, you know, we fight and everything, that's when we're tough, but it's like, you know, when you fight someone who talks shit and talks about your family and all, it's like I'm not that kind of guy, and I know he's not that kind of guy either. It's all about respect, and we actually care about what we do, and that's the real martial arts, you know. So it's like it was cool to actually share the cage with a martial artist.
Next question.
Thanks for asking me a question, too.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
No one asked me a question at the last one. I was like, oh, okay.
No. Hey, this is Obasogi from King's Court MMA. I just want to say first and foremost to Mr. Garcia, champion of the world, a lot of respect on your name, and I think we should all give you a hand of applause. I did notice at the press conference yesterday you were yawning, you were absolutely exhausted. I just had to flag that, and you were struggling to keep your eyes open. What's happened in the space of the 24 hours where you got to perform like that tonight versus how we saw you yesterday, absolutely exhausted?
It's funny you say that. I thought that everyone was gonna think that I was like not like into the interviews, or like I just didn't want to be there. I was so tired. Like I said, the time change really got me. So like every time that I would go back to my room, I would just sleep every single time. So I'd come to the press conference, I'd do the photo shoot, I'd sleep in between every single one. And then same thing with today. I'd get up at like 3 in the morning, and I can't go back to sleep till like 9. So it's like my sleep schedule's so messed up. So I ate breakfast, went to sleep, had to find a place to get my hair braided. That was stressful too. I was like, man, I don't know where I'm gonna get my hair braided. Yeah, I wish I would have known that earlier. And then I just slept for like 5 hours before this fight. I even asked them, I was like, yo, what's the latest I can leave? Because I need to sleep. I think literally that last nap was when I finally woke up and I was like, wow, I feel like kind of back to normal. And then in the locker room, it was pretty tough warming up. Like, I felt really flat. I didn't feel like myself at all in this fight, this whole fight experience. I kind of felt like I underperformed a lot, and I didn't really showcase my skills as much as I wanted to. And I mean, no excuses. I fought a tough dude. I'm not belittling him at all, saying like, oh, I'm just this better guy or anything like that. It's just, I know that I wasn't able to perform in my capabilities that I normally do. I wasn't feeling it. I got sick last week. It was a tough camp, you know. I'm not gonna belittle it. It was a tough camp, and I'm just happy to get my hand raised at the end of it, man. It's so surreal. You know, like I mentioned in the cage, my cousins are both world champions, and they spent a lot of time in me, and I was like, man, like I can't believe that they actually put the time in me, because I didn't meet them till I was 19 years old. So showed up. Anthony always tells the stories. I showed up. I'm like, hey, I'm your cousin, and he's like, I don't even know who you are, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So they gave me a chance from day one, and here I am now.
Awesome. Congratulations, champ.
Thank you.
And Jake, you have mentioned German doner kebab so many times. I just want to...
Got me one.
No, I have not. Of course I haven't. I've been
So
locked in this
excited
building
then.
just like you, sir. Just wondering, are they paying you, or are you just
No,
their
man, I
biggest,
just love them.
biggest fan?
I wish they were paying me. God, yeah, I just love them, and I'm going to go for one in a bit. Do you want to come? They're nice.
Yeah,
You
I'll
tried
come
one?
with you. Yeah.
You ever tried one?
It's been a while, but
They're
yeah,
banging.
I'll come
They're
on.
proper
Yeah,
banging.
it's on me.
I wish I was getting paid, mate, if I'm honest. I wouldn't lie.
Obviously, massive victory versus Paul. Fantastic. Are you disappointed, though, that Paul may not let you drive the McLaren?
Yeah,
as
I'm
per the
fuming. We were
discussion
saying it
yesterday?
back there.
I'll still let him have a go.
Oh, legend. No, I just want to kind of say a few. Paul's an absolute gent, and like you were saying, I feel like he's been my mate for 10 months. It's been such a weird thing because, like he said, he's thought of me. Every day this guy's been on my mind, and I feel like I know his missus. I've stalked his Instagram. It's been such a crazy 10 months, and after we finished fighting, I was like, is it weird you feel like my mate? And he's just such a lovely, nice bloke, and it's been a pleasure to share this whole experience with him. And there's only me and him really that knows what we've done for this 10 months. And I think we both should be proud of ourselves, man. And thank you to Octagon for giving us the opportunity. I want to do another one, I think. Yeah, when my leg recovers from those leg kicks.
I absolutely don't want to do another one. But I will happily come and cheer Jake on for the next one. I'll wear a Jake Quickenden t-shirt for the next one, and I'll be happily cheering him along.
And Paul, honestly, you're in fantastic shape. The transformation, you can see it's absolutely changed your life in that respect. So massive kudos and respect to you. Obviously, your last fight before this was, I believe, in 2001 in Victoria Street.
Mark, you've done your research there, have
And obviously, you talked about Jake's right hand. Can you confirm that Jake's right hand is harder than Laurie's ever hit you, and that last fight in 2001 in Victoria Street?
I mean, he's got a hard right hand, but Laurie, I'd rather fight Jake 10 times before I fight my missus. My missus would smash me and him together. Look, I'm just happy she didn't get in there to hit him before the security got in. No, it's been a great experience. Again, I've got to say, like, hats off to him. That right hand was the first 1-2 hit me, and I was like, oh shit, I'm in bother here. And I managed to stay in there for a little bit, but it was absolutely fair stoppage. He caught me with that, and I think I did go out for a second. I woke up as I hit the floor. So yeah, fair play to him. Great shot.
And last one from me, as I've hogged the mic enough. To you, George, the other champ. Congratulations! Round of applause for George, everyone.
Hey, thank you.
I just want to say, obviously, it was a very tense build-up, as we all know. We witnessed you and Dennis share some respectful moments. It'd be great to hear what was said between you two, and will you guys ever be friends and play Lego together?
Well, it's up to Dennis if he wants to play Lego, but no, we just, like Dennis said, I've got all the respect for you. After like you should do afterwards. Even sharing a cage without anyone gets in the cage, but. Said about getting some training and that afterwards, and I'm sure we can be friends. Like, I'm sure, I don't see why we couldn't be. Do you know what I mean? I'm that type of guy. I like to be friends with everybody. But no, like you say, just you always have. You got to have the utmost respect for your opponent, or even for anyone who steps in the cage. So like I can't remember what everything was said, but that was the gist of it. So thank you, bro.
Hi, it's Tyler from Niche Sports. Jack, could I just ask you a question, please, mate? How does it feel to be, back into winning ways after so long out of the cage tonight?
Yeah, it feels good, mate. It's been a long time out. I've been trying to get fights, trying to get booked up from the middle of the year to the end, and no one was having it. I was trying to get matched up with a lot of different opponents, and they kept finding ways to turn fights down. And then I reached out to the guys at Octagon because I seen they was putting on amazing shows, and they brought me in and fought me here in Manchester. I'm very grateful for it. It's been an excellent show to fight on. And yeah, I'm buzzing to get back in there, get a good win, get a nice little finish in there, nice quick finish. I would have been happy to get in there with someone like Ratchich, who would have tried to take me a bit longer. But you play with the cards you dealt, and like I said, I got a nice little finish in there and in front of a nice home crowd, and I'm buzzing with that.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Just another question really for you is, what's your next steps? Obviously, after you've had this fight now, what's your next plan or your next fight going to be?
I've not really spoke to any of them. It was obviously supposed to be me and Ratchich, and the winner gets Lima. Ratchich is pretty seriously injured, I think. Obviously, I hope he's all right. So they put that standing in, and I beat him real quick. And then as I was like celebrating, I saw Jonas's little mug. Pulling a face even there and kind of making a couple of comments, so I'll let him know what I thought about him. And I can see a couple of his teammates who are standing in the crowd even there, and they know what would happen if I got hold of that little rag. So we'll see what happens.
No worries. Dennis, can I just ask you a question? Where do you see yourself now, with obviously with your defeat? Where do you see yourself obviously next steps now?
Gonna have a little rest now. I've had 5 fights this year, I've had like over an hour of cage time. First of all congrats to George, Obviously all the shit beforehand, it's all part of the mind games, but once you've stepped in the cage there, we've shared that moment, like it's all respect from that point. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have a little downtime, and then obviously whatever Andre and Pavel decide. If they still want me here or not, I hope they will. I think I bring a different kind of energy, but I'd like to maybe get a few fights over in Europe. Fight a few European lads. I'm sick of fighting me neighbours. You know what I mean? I've just been fighting all English and Irish guys for the last 2 years, and yeah, I'd like to get some different kind of opponents. Someone who's not going to wrestle me, maybe.
Just the last question is for Paul Smith, the one and only. What's your obviously next fight? Are you going to carry on fighting, or are you just going to go back to doing comedian shows?
I'm just going to go back to doing very, very, very successful comedian shows. That's me. Thank you. Bye.
No worries. Alright, that's it from me.
Okay. Just a question for George. George, congratulations. That was a really good performance.
Thank you.
We know Dennis really took the Octagon series by storm. He talked a lot, but he backed it up with his performances in the series. That momentum kind of maybe made people forget or maybe not realise that you're a monster. Like, your record at amateur is ridiculous, beating the likes of obviously Teddy Stringer, Ben Willis, these UK top talents amateur and pro. What does it feel now to close that chapter on it, and what is your next steps really in Octagon?
So like that was like the outcome I envisioned anyway. So like you say, like I don't think some people might have forgotten like what my caliber was at amateur, but I don't think some people might not have done. So like in my eyes, that was always the way the fight was going to go for me. And obviously, like Dennis was talking, all what he was saying, I get it. It's a fight game, sell the fight. But yeah, I was just like, it's not really even really a closed chapter. It's just opening a new one. Like closing the chapter was finishing amateur.
now I'm starting a pro now, so it's like opening a new chapter of this whole professional scene. So yeah, it's not even closing; it's more opening. Like what I'd like, I don't know what the future holds. We just have to see. I'm like Dennis. I've had 7 fights I've had 7 fights in 10 months. Yeah, so it's been camp. Like I did the Euros, I did the camp for that, then got straight into the Worlds, then finishing the Worlds, then got straight into camp for like the Octagon Challenge, and I've been like, then since we finished that, I've just been like training hard to get ready for Dennis. So it's kind of been like non-stop for about a year and a half. Like 20 months almost. So I think a bit of rest is a little bit due. So have a bit of rest, talk to Liam, my manager, talk to my coaches, talk to all the boys, everyone that needs to, and obviously with Pavel and Andre, and see when they want me on next. But I'd like something in the new year, preferably, because I'd like a little bit of rest and downtime with my family, because like I travel so much. Like I travel up to Liverpool, Leeds, I've travelled up to London to go see Brad and I train with him a bit, and I don't get to see my family and my partner, so like it's tough at times, because like I think in this camp I didn't get to see her for like, and my dad for like, not my dad, my partner for like a month. It's hard, and relationships and that. So I think a bit of like family time and just is due. And like I say, I travel a lot, so I don't get much downtime to myself. I'm barely in my own bed. Do you know what I mean? I'm traveling all up and down the country, so a bit of downtime, and then sky's the limit in my opinion for me.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm getting a 5 Guys after this. I don't know. That's the next chapter.
That's good. Next question to Dennis. Obviously, Dennis, I think you were one of the stars of the series. Really, you really made it. You were an absolute warrior. We know your level. Commiserations, obviously, today. Was there anything about the fight that surprised you about George's game plan? We know what George is capable of. And was there any specific reasons why you were unable to really impose your will in that fight?
Nah, like he came in with the exact game plan I expected him to come in with. I'm kind of disappointed my shins and feet don't hurt. I normally get to land a few kicks anyway. He imposed his game plan better than I did mine. I kind of thought in the 3rd round there might have been a bit of a turning point when I threw him, but yeah, it is what it is. Obviously, I think we both made the show. There was a hero and there was a villain. You need both. You can't just have a villain. And yeah, we put a belter fight on. Went into the championship rounds. We're both very early in our careers. I've only been doing this 2.5 years, and I'm fighting in the AO arena. So see what the next few years hold for me. And yeah.
Brilliant. I think they'll be silly not to take you forward. Obviously, I'll be booking your next fight now. And my next question really just surrounding the main event. Aaron, that was a really good performance. I had you up both rounds at the end of round 2, which obviously makes the stoppage just a bit more painful there. My question's actually to Pavel and Andre. We know that Aaron said that he would like to run it back, seeing his level of performance there. What is your actual appetite to get that fight rebooked?
We have to be 3 on this fight, so it's the more question to the guy next to me, the new flyweight champion, if he wants to do it again. But we are ready, I believe.
Well, I told Aaron in the cage, he's like, let's run it back, and I was like, yeah, obviously, like, I feel you, like I said, I respect the guy enough to where it's like, if he feels he earned a rematch and they want to match it up again, let's do it. I'd also like to test myself against some other Europeans, and I don't know wherever this region is. I'm sorry, I'm not good with but other people. Yeah, Europeans and the other countries around here, stuff like that. I would like to see where I'm at too there. Again, I know it's unfortunate, and I'm not belittling what he did. He was in great positions. He did that, but again, I threw the knee, it landed, and it stopped the fight. It's no different than me knocking him out or me submitting him. You can win the fight. He could have won 24 minutes out of that fight, and I just won the 1 minute. That's what it comes down to, honestly. And again, I'm not saying that like he had a shit performance or I'm the man, or he was doing great till he wasn't. He got caught with one thing and it ended the fight. So whatever they want to do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, here's Guy.
It's just a quick one for Dennis and George. So the challenge said is, we've seen you put your heart and soul into it over the coming weeks. So can you just sum it up in 3 words, what the experience has been like for you two individually? George, you first.
3 words, yeah. Could it be less?
If you like.
Life-changing experience.
I like it. Den?
Sensational.
Short but sweet, I love it. Paul, Jake, massive kudos to you too, because not many people would do that. And there's people that are comparing it to the Misfits boxing. What have you got to say about that?
No chance is it like that. Trouble as shit. They don't have to do a weight cut. They don't have to train for 10 months to learn 5 different techniques. Going to the ground, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Yeah, it's nothing like that. We did a proper weight cut. We lived a fighter's life. Sorry, I'm quite emotional about this. I don't know if you can tell, but Paul, I agree. Do you know what I'm saying?
And none of us did star jumps, so. No, I hope it came across that we both took this very seriously. We've got massive respect for all you guys do, and we didn't. One thing I said going into this, I love MMA, and I didn't want to take the piss out of it. And I've been asked to do a lot of celebrity things before boxing, and I didn't want to take the piss in it to be me being silly. And I know we're not going to be at the level of pros who've been doing this their whole lives, but we lived the life of you guys for a year. I've been in there every single day. I've done the full weight cut. I've dieted. I've sacrificed. I've done everything I have to do around my life, like all you guys have to do. So I hope that came across, and I know Jake did exactly the same thing. So it's not like just jumping in there and doing a celebrity boxing match where you can just get in there and wear 16-ounce gloves and just hit each other with pillows for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, massive kudos to you both. Final question is for Pavel and Andre. What can we expect now going into 2024? We've just seen the Newcastle and Birmingham shows announced, so what have you got planned for us?
Yeah, we have more plans for next year. We said even before, it could be 4 tournaments so far. As you mentioned, Newcastle and Birmingham is the first 2. And then we obviously have a plan, but also the release plan when we will announce them. So, yeah, it will be a lot of traveling around the UK.
Question for Elias. Congratulations on becoming champion. Could you just reflect on what it means to you to become the first ever champion in this organization, and that will remain in history forever? What does that mean to you?
It's very validating, obviously I don't have the story that he has. I didn't beat cancer or anything, but I definitely beat some dark times in my life. I felt like I've always been on the shit end of the stick growing up, always picked last or not picked at all. Not really good at any sports until I found fighting, and then I found fighting, and I had great success in the beginning and made it to an elite level just to be, released from that elite level not even a year later. So it kind of made me feel like I was worthless again, and it took a while to build myself up. I actually took a 3-year layoff. Not sure if I was ever going to fight again, and then I met my coach, Colin Oyama, and he picked me up out of the dirt, dusted me off, and told me, you could do this, man. You got the skills. You could do this. You just got to believe in yourself. And I mean, shit, he tells me every time before I fight, I'm doubting myself. I'm like, Coach, I'm nervous. He's like, you'll be fine. You're going to do this. He's very good at keeping me calm, reminding me of the hard work that I put in, and I wouldn't be here without him. And I mean that in a lot of ways, not just like fighting. Like, he restored a lot in my life, and I don't think I've ever expressed that to him personally. But I was in a real dark place when he met me, and it was lost. I had no direction in my life, and it just feels so validating now that it's like, man, I ran 4 wins off, and I'm a world champ now. Never in my life did I think that this would happen, that I'd be fighting in Manchester, and it's just so surreal right now. And like I said, I get to join the elite crew, the club, like my cousins, they're world champs in organizations too, and it's like they've been texting me all night, saying they're proud of me, and it's like, man, I've just been surrounded by such great people my whole life that I need to appreciate and stop getting so down on myself. I have that problem of like really looking at just the negative in life. So like this is a high moment in my life right now. It's a very validating experience.
Thank you. Question for Pavel, Andre, whoever wants to take it. Jake's just expressed his interest in maybe doing this again, whether it's just another fight or season 2 of Stage to the Cage. Is that something that you'd like to discuss with him?
I would say like they cannot be like Stage to the Cage anymore because they were both like just beginners in MMA. But right now, Jake, he has 10 months of hard training behind him, and he become an MMA fighter. So that will be hard to.
Are you saying I got to fight a pro? I'm gonna probably not do it again.
So definitely, I mean, it opens new opportunities in this field, and if Jake will be open to it, as he said, you are. So then, yeah, we will definitely sit and talk, and we will bring something extraordinary, probably. It could be a good output and a great opportunity for something new.
Thank you. And one for Aaron. I know this night didn't go as you hoped it would, but maybe you could just talk a little bit about the amazing support that came down, and everyone could hear through the arena tonight, and what that means to you.
I've said it time and time again. It means everything. Like, I wouldn't be here today or the person I am without the people behind me. I've been fortunate to have those people from the first day up until now, and I said, like, if I was going to win the belt, I'd have had to smash it up into 10,000 pieces and give it out to everyone. And you know, that support was there tonight as well. You could hear them, and I can feel it as well. I feel it every day, and I wanted to do it as well for them today. But I've been in situations like this before, and I know that those people are going to back me again. And like I said, obviously, yeah, this is no disrespect either. Like he said, he landed the shot, but for me, it's a combat sport and it's a fighting sport, and I go in there willing to die. That's what I do. When I'm in there, I'm willing to die because it means everything to me. And you know, if my 2 legs are hanging off and I can't physically move, then stop the fight. But I've got a cut. That's it. You know, I was saying I'm fine. You know, I'll fight with one eye, but I could see out of both eyes. And that's just who I am. I'll always keep moving forward, and I've said I'll never be broken, and especially in there. And that's why I want it again. Because at the moment, to me, it feels like it's half time in the game. And it's not over. Because I'm not dead. I didn't tap. I didn't get knocked out. Someone else made the decision for me. And this is no disrespect to Elias. He's the toughest opponent I've ever felt, ever fought. And I respect him as a fighter 100%. Like he said earlier, I'm not a trash talker. But I don't feel, you know, I'm hurt because someone's taken the decision away from me that I wanted to carry on with. Like I said, you have to kill me in there. And I wasn't killed. I'm still ready, you know, and I'm gutted. But with that support, we go again.
I can validate what I heard him across the cage the entire time. He's like, no, don't. Like, he was in it. He definitely was in it. He didn't want to stop, and he's right. Like, they stopped it. He was, the entire time, he was pacing, saying no, I could see, and they were just telling him no. So I was there. I saw it.
Thank you. I respect that. Book the rematch.
Just a quick one for Jake and Paul. What's the one thing you've taken from this experience that you can now take back into your own crafts? Obviously, the weight cutting sucks, but the one thing, the positive that came out of it.
For me, just like if you set your mind to something, you can achieve it. I set my mind to 10 months of training.
a pretty heavyweight cut. Like Paul said, not many people would even get into the ring. Not even 1% of people would want to get hit with 4-ounce gloves and kicked and wrestled. So yeah, that's what I've achieved.
Yeah, I'd say pretty much exactly the same thing. It's the thing. It showed me that I'm not naturally an athlete or a fighter or in any way, shape or form anything like that. So to do this and have the consistency to get up and just keep moving forward and keep. There's been times, I'll be honest with you, there's been times in the last year where I've genuinely been in my car going, I could just drive this car into this wall now, because and then no one could call me a pussy. I can get out of this, but I haven't done that. I just carried on and I kept going forward, and I got in that cage and I did it. So it showed me, yeah, you can do anything you really want if you really set your mind to it. So yeah.
Yeah, it's an incredible achievement for you both. Congratulations. Just a quick one for you guys, Pavel and Andre. I feel like every time I see you, whether it's Germany or here in the UK, I'm saying congratulations. Again, congratulations to you and the organisation. This feels like it's been a long time in the making, obviously with Stage to the Cage, what Paul mentioned earlier about trying to convince him that time ago. Has it felt like a long journey for you? Like, how do you feel now that you've done the UK, you've kind of cracked it, you're here, Stage to the Cage, Octagon Challenge, an inaugural belt as well. How are you guys feeling right now?
Quite emotional, I have to say. It was really like one of the toughest periods in Octagon, at least for me. I don't know how about Andre and other people, I believe also. So we really put so much energy into this, with kind of sometimes with uncertain, like, result. You don't know what you will get at the end until it's happening. And it was tough, I would say, but we put everything that we put ourselves in, the best of ourselves in it, and now we saw what's the result. And the result was when George and Dennis were entering the cage, how the crowd was crazy, and then we felt like, okay, yeah, it's working. Like people were watching and they care about the fighters. Same with Jake and Paul and other fighters, how much support that they gave them. So yeah, it's I feel emotional. It's great. Like it's a big dream. It's a big step for our promotion, with our ultimate goal to become the undisputed #1 in Europe, the Champions League of the combat sports in Europe. And this is very, very important step for us. And now we have our feet here, and we will continue.
Yeah, from my side, I just want to say that we feel that it's completely different market for us, and we definitely learn our lessons from many of you. But I believe that we are a little bit different than the other organization, than the other promoters, because Paulo and me, we are going to their homes. We are trying to be with them. We are traveling with buses, with trams, with trains to the different kind of cities. We spend with these guys from Octagon Challenge month on their villa every day. We've been there. We're not just sending the crew. We've been there every day with them. We are talking with them. We bring Paddy, which is unbelievable creature, and also Brad Pickett. Lot of fun with them. We are trying to I don't want to say to do and make some families, but we definitely try to feel them, the fighters, because as we always say, they are our heroes. So we're spending every hour money. Every time when we go to other country, we are almost broke up, but we don't care because we just love it. Yeah, and Paulo make unbelievable job here. Also Lukáš, Martinka there. They've been here almost every day. I was doing my job back in Prague and everywhere around the world where we are traveling. So also we are not giving tickets like the other organization just to make nice and looks full. We are just selling the tickets. Yeah, we will never try to be fool anyone that we can sell this arena for the first time. We learn our lessons, but we will sell it. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next year, but we will sell it. And we will sell it with these guys which are growing with us. We will not change them. We will stick with them.
Another question for Andre, if I can. You've been hugely successful in the Czech Republic and Slovakia. you've gone to Germany, you're here in the UK, and every time before the start of the main event, you stand there in the cage and get everyone to say together, Yedeme Bombi. And the German crowd joined in with you in Frankfurt. And I heard some of the English crowd were joining in with you today. How much does that mean to you, coming in as someone from the Czech Republic, trying to sell your product, and in some cases in your own language, in another country, and getting that sort of response from a crowd? What does that mean to you?
It means nothing. No. Yeah, it's my dreams what I'm fulfilled for me. Yeah, because I'm in the business 25 years right now. I'm too old. But yeah, it means something for us, for me and Paolo, because we created together, and we believe that I was like saying to Brian and to everyone that I can step out from this to be like everywhere and every time me in the as MC, but because my English is not 100%, you know, and I'm like saying those Czech words, and I'm something. Too many languages is in my head, and I'm still have to say something to microphone everywhere, so I'm messing up numbers and years and names, but I'm trying to do my best. But yeah, it means a lot to me. It's my word, it's my Mount Everest, and every time when I see that the different kind of crowd is yelling with me, I'm more and more happy, definitely.
And you mentioned his name there. Brian Lacey's been sort of central to the promotion of this card in particular, as part of both the shows as well. How big of a role and how important has he been to the growth of Octagon as you've taken it across the continent?
Yeah, Brian is our guy. He's definitely part of the Octagon team, and he helped us a lot from the time when he sent us the text that he maybe could fit in, and he was.
And last one from me, both to you and to Pavel. What will be your abiding memory of your first event here in the UK?
For me, definitely when George walked in and the arena get crazy. That was very, very emotional.
Yeah, that how we always recognize if what we are doing it's working or not, because you never know until, because that was the moment when we do the first Octagon Challenge in Czech Republic. And we didn't know if, because the MMA was like in the same, not in the same level like here, but yeah, it was underground, you know, not many people and not nice people like today were coming. So we settled the tone, and there was like less than 2,000 people. And once the first fighter from Octagon Challenge came out, everybody stood up and started, you know, yelling on him. So we know that it works. And once these two guys, he was the villain, so they booed on him, but it's still a reaction. But yeah, it's still a reaction, and we know that he's a really nice person. I really like this guy, and I will take his back, you know, his whole life, definitely, because he made us through this show. He was the villain for the show, and it's the important thing. Thank you for this, Dennis. You are unbelievable. And also George, you know, look at him. Look at him. Even Paul looks more like MMA fighter than George.
That's just disrespectful.
No, it's just the truth. He's unbelievable. He's just the Lego master, and he's laughing, you know, and all this stuff. And then he's doing his things, you know, and all these people are getting crazy when he's winning, you know. So this is those moments what I like the most, and when we know that this is working, and this is good path for us.
Brilliant. If I can squeeze one more in there just before the end. We've got the end of the year, you're finishing off in Prague, the Tip Sport Game Changer finale. It seems to me that that's been a huge success for you over the course of the year. What can you tell us, if anything, about what you're looking for next year in terms of, are you going to run another Game Changer? Will it be a different weight class? Will we see some new faces in the promotion to sort of fill that out? What can you tell us?
Yeah. Tip Sport Game Changer is €1 million pyramid. So this is the biggest money what the European MMA ever seen. And in the end of this year, 29 December in O2 Arena, Prague, I believe there will be sold out crowd, 20,000 people. There will be crowned the first Tip Sport Game Changer winner, €300,000 for him between Veličković and Michailidis. two great fighters from Serbia, Greece, and definitely we will do it next year again. I believe more fighters from UK and maybe Ireland will be there because we already know the weight. So I believe.
Lost the weight.
Yeah, yeah. We will announce it soon. Maybe it's gonna be lightweight division, but it's gonna be insane. We gotta sign names, which is crazy, and they are coming to us because I think that they feel what we are doing for them.
Brilliant.
So yeah, so this was the last one, or two more. Somebody else, yeah. Sorry guys, because I want to leave these guys, let them celebrate, or.
I want to go have a fucking burger, lads. Let's get this show on the road.
Jake, just a really quick one.
So last two.
Go on.
We've said, how proud you guys and Paul as well should both be for getting in and showing the courage to get in the cage. But how happy were you for actually delivering the skills that you've learned? You got in there, you chopped the leg early on, some nice counter strikes.
Yeah.
How happy are your coaches that you actually managed to get in there and not look like two guys fighting on the streets?
Well, that's what we wanted. I think that's what we both wanted, and I think we did ourselves proud in that. We thought about our shots. Paul threw some lovely leg kicks. I can tell you right now, my leg is fucking killing. I threw some calf kicks, stuff to take down, and we threw shots like fighters. We didn't just go in there, put our heads down and start swinging for the hill. So I think we can both be pretty proud of the way we fought, and I haven't seen it really, so I'm going to watch it back and see what I make of it, and yeah, proud.
And George, you've got a massive amateur career. I think you're going to be wanting to jump the pro ranks pretty quickly. Realistically, do you see, Octagon Lightweight Championship 4 or 5 fights away? Is that a realistic aim for you?
So I'm not gonna rush this. I'm only 23. I think I was the youngest on the card today. So I've got plenty of time. I don't really want to rush into it. I want to take the fights that are good for me and that my team agree that are good. I definitely see the lightweight championship in the future. Just maybe not within 4 or 5 fights. That's quite fresh. Obviously, I have got. This is my 20th MMA fight in total. It's a lot of fights, to have when you're 23. But I want to get used to more of the. Obviously, I'm used to it now anyway. But more the pro rule set, getting used to the 5 minutes a lot more. Even if it's 5-5s again, get used to that. But no, I'm looking at more 10. Not even 10. Getting above 5, 7, 8. That's when I'm looking at titles. I don't want to rush anything. I'm here for a long time.
Done. So last two questions. Sorry, last two. Really last two. Jay, come on, it's your first press conference. Yeah.
Right, first question for Jake. You just took a bit of a hit at the Misfits lads. We've seen so many of them, from Tommy Fury.
You want to hit,
KSI.
but they don't weight cut.
They don't, but
they don't.
Would you
They're
like
good.
to take one of them on and bring them into this world, into this octagon
Yeah,
world?
why not? God, of course. It's not a hit, but they get in the ring. That's good. They fight. It's good, but they don't do the weight cut, and they don't have to learn 5 different skills. We did. Do you know what I mean? So I'd love, bring them over to Octagon. Get one of those in here.
I mean, Paul referenced KSI star jumping. Do you think that would work against you, or do you think you'd be able to land a similar sort of shot as you did tonight?
I don't know.
He'd fucking smash KSI.
Look. I fucking love you, Paul Smith.
And question to Paul. Obviously, you say you don't want to do MMA again, but you've been doing the jiu-jitsu tournaments. Would that be something that you'd like to carry on doing?
Definitely, yeah. I really enjoyed doing that, and I've got a real love for jiu-jitsu. I've bought my gi, so I'm going to get into the gi. Have a go with that. I'm looking forward to my first stripe on my white belt. It's jiu-jitsu is fantastic. It's just chess, isn't it? It's human chess. It's really satisfying. It's a really satisfying thing to do. It hurts in a very, very good way, but yeah, I think that's something I will stick with for the rest of my life. And it's it gives me what I need. It gives me what I need from combat sports. Yeah, I'm done with being punched in the face, I think.
And George, the last time we spoke, you said that you wanted to treat yourself to a very special Lego set after winning this. What is it?
It's the Ultimate Collector Series Venator. It's like yes, yeah, he knows. Akon knows. What? No, I'm gonna get it tomorrow morning.
You two are random guys, you know. You two are well random guys.
I'm going to be getting that tomorrow. I saw it in the Lego shop when I went on Thursday, and I'll be getting that straight away. So I'll be going home very happy.
Hey, there's a new Lego shop in Dublin opening up, mate. We go together, will we?
Yeah, can do that if you want.
Dennis, obviously you and George, you had your differences on the show, but tonight you've seemingly taken this result in your stride. You've not been aggy towards George. You've taken it well. Deep down, you think you can be good friends now?
I think we can be training partners. I don't know about good friends. I think we're kind of different people, to be honest. But the same in some ways, because we both found our way into this sport, you know. Yeah, like obviously all the shit before that, you know, it's all just, you know, it's to sell the show, it's to sell the fight, and sell it did, you know what I mean? I think we got a big response. I feed off that energy, whether it's boos or cheers, you know what I mean? And yeah, he gave me a good fight. There was a lot of firsts in that fight. First guy to give me stitches, you know, first guy to make me actually feel like I really lost the fight. And yeah, like all you can do is take it in your stride, you know what I mean? And on to the next thing. It is what it is. Obviously, it hurts the ego a little bit, but you know, in a week's time, I'll be grand. I'll be back to my shit-talking ways.
Obviously, George, it doesn't seem like Dennis is too optimistic, but do you think you can make him a Star Wars fan?
Probably.
Hey, I do like Star Wars, by the way. I'm not like, I don't hate Star Wars.
Best franchise.
Well, that's very good to know. I'm glad that hopefully going forward you can maybe explore that interest a little bit more.
100%.
Jack, obviously, great performance tonight. You and Jonas got into it. Could you tell me a little bit about what your opinion is on him as a person? And there was a dispute over the date. Will it be in Newcastle? Will it be in the Czech Republic? What do you want it to go?
I don't really know Jonas as a person. I just know people that he trains with. I just know his coach. I like all them guys. They're all sound. They train at a gym round the corner from mine. I can see him over there looking at me, some of them. But it is what it is. I was celebrating my way and I saw his little mug looking at me, making some hand gestures, doing this and that, trying to catch my attention. So again, like I said, I told him what I thought about him. He started like standing up, acting the big boy. So I told him I'd spark him out and told him that all his boys that he was training partners, that when we do fight and he's going there, coming over to England, training here with all these guys in the gym thinking they're making him better. Every single one of them knows what's going to happen when I fight him. So we can knock around with all them, training with them, thinking that they're his boys, when in the back of their minds, they were speaking to me 2 weeks ago, going, if you fight Jonas, you're going to spark him straight out. Do you know what I mean? And they were all laughing about it to me. So he can feel real good training with them training partners. Well, I'm training with the real day ones. I've got guys in my corner who strangle him out when they train with him, and they come and train with me. Because they know who the boy is and it's me, it ain't fucking Jonas Magard. But I would have fought somebody else, but we'll see what happens with Jonas because they were bringing him into me like a lamb to the slaughter, so we'll see what happens.
Fantastic. Last one from me. Shab Yusuf, you had amazing support tonight. It was referenced in the press conference what a beacon of light you are to the Asian fight community. What does it mean to you to represent these people?
Yeah, I think being the first Asian, like a big stage. And I'm just hoping more would come after me. And I want to go home now.
And we are. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. We appreciate every one of you and see you next year in Newcastle. And until that, we got 3 more shows this year. Thank you very much.
Octagon comes to Cologne for the first time. We are making history with the biggest tournament in the history of German MMA. You can look forward to seeing the biggest stars of German MMA. The up-and-coming generation and the hottest new talents. Suspense, adrenaline, the glory of victory, and the pain of defeat. An electric atmosphere and the most entertaining sports show there is. A unique experience full of surprises that only Octagon MMA can bring you. The 18th of November, Cologne, Lanxess Arena. Tickets on sale right now at eventim.de.